Go.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. Welcome to episode 30. I would like to remind you to fasten your seatbelts and please remember to like and subscribe. Please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you. I was going to bing bang it, but I thought that we can do that for the supermarket.
Okay, that's good.
That one was the airline pilot.
You happy with that one?
I remembered it all as well. Well, happier.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Keep it short and sweet.
Yeah. What's going on?
Just going to tick off Matt do intro better.
No, next time I'm going to do it even more better.
Nail it. Nail it. Right.
I'm going to nail it to the wall. To the window. Time check, 19:43 by my clock.
Yeah, 3 minutes in.
3 minutes already?
Well, 3 minutes since I started the meeting. I don't know when I hit record. Not long after.
But probably 19:42, I'd say.
Not long after.
When we ripped out that airline intro.
Yeah.
Good. I'm checking my time checks. Oof, I'm loud in my own ears.
Yeah, I did come across loud.
Just going to rip it for training for an hour straight again, or what?
I do. I've got plenty to moan about. I've got plenty to complain about with my aches and pains.
Nobody's shooting at you, are they? How are you getting shot at?
You just did.
Have you got a roof over your head?
Shots fired. Yeah.
Have you got something to eat?
Just had something to eat.
We're all right.
Hey.
Well, good.
Problems are problems. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Problems are problems. Your biggest problem is your biggest problem.
The scale of problems, isn't there? If you were being shot at right now, you'd be thinking, "Oh, that little problem."
I wouldn't be doing a fucking podcast. I'd probably stick it on mute. I'd probably stick a pin in it.
You might be doing a podcast from the trenches, mightn't you? The fact that you can do a podcast means your problems aren't that big. Huh?
Yeah, but they're my problems.
They are.
So
perspective is a good thing, though, isn't it?
Just like mushrooms growing in the dark, you pick one, sort it out, another one will grow in its place.
Another little popper up there, so just leave them. Basically, is that what we're saying? Is that the advice to everyone out there?
Yeah, leave them. Let them
Don't worry about those. Just leave them.
Let them turn into little puff balls, and then when you stand on them, they'll go.
I'm doing it right now with a couple of things. It's not really a problem. It's just something I need to resolve with my bank, and I keep putting it off because I don't want to call anyone in a Spanish call center and speak Spanish and try and fix the thing that I need to fix. Now I'm gonna have to do it because it's out there on the interwebs.
Yeah. It's not gonna do itself.
It's on my to-do list. All I keep doing is moving it from one day to another.
That's not doing it. That's not even doing something. That's not doing something when you move it from one day to another.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm telling you right now, I'm not doing it.
You're not moving it from one day to another. You're not even doing that.
I am. I have to do that, otherwise I forget to do it completely.
The calendar is moving it from one day to another.
Well, I'm moving whether I do it or not on that day from one day to another. The calendar is progressing with time and making the problem extend. Yes, that is true. Whether I do it or not will depend on whether it's written down so I actually see it and remember to do it.
Yeah.
If it drops off the list, then we're in trouble.
Stick it on your accountability mirror.
I was thinking about it today. I was writing my notes about the old Gogster, and that was the first thing I wrote. Actually, I was writing Goggins ? Like, are we going to speak about Goggins? I didn't know how you got on with the old book because it's quite a long audio book, isn't it?
I can try.
And the first thing I wrote next to it was accountability mirror.
Yeah, we can try it. I've got another 8 hours of his book left to go. 8 hours, 17 minutes.
Let's hold that, because then I can listen to maybe a few podcasts or something more. Because I've listened to, I think he was on a Jocko one, and I listened to that one, and a Rich Roll one, and I listened to Rogan. That one. I wanted to listen to the Rogan one, which I haven't listened to yet. But they're all the same story, aren't they?
Yeah.
So he tells the same story.
It's the same guy. Did you know? See, I didn't know how to describe him, and when you Google him, his title is American Runner. So he's an American.
Well, he was like an ultra endurance athlete, wasn't he? He did some stuff like, which maybe you've got to in the book already. Like he did 100-mile. I think the first ultra
not there yet
endurance thing he did was this 100-mile run. I can spoil it for you or not spoil it for you.
No, don't spoil it for me. But I'll give it, because people might not know who he is, and I didn't want to try and explain who he was and get it wrong. So I'm going to read it off Wikipedia.
He's not known for being an American runner, is he?
I don't think so, yeah. So I'm going to read off Wikipedia now. So here's my best reading. David Goggins is an American ultra-marathon runner, ultra-distance cyclist, triathlete, public speaker, and author. He's a retired United Navy SEAL and a former United States Air Force Tactical Air Control Party member who served in the Iraq War. His memoir, Can't Hurt Me, was released in 2018. And that is the book that I am listening to on Audible.
You're listening to Can't Hurt Me? Because I think has he released 2 books? Just one. Also, it doesn't say it in there, is it? But he was the first person to go through, I think, 3 Hell Weeks, and has done all of the like special forces schools in the States. I think, like in Army Ranger School, the Marines Hell Week, or their whole, what do they call it?
Buds,
that's it. The whole Buds training, and maybe another one.
Yeah, so I am up to the point at which he's he's getting his last chance at Buds. That's
Buds,
where I've got to.
Yep, because that's all pretty intense, all the Buds story, isn't it?
And then a lot of his Hell Week stuff. So this is the third Buds attempt. That's where I've got to. But it takes me a little while because I'm listening to it like 10 minutes at a time.
Oof.
And I'll forget everything by the time. So if you write notes, if you write what you want to talk about, then my famous shocking memory will stir something up, and I'll try and get back to
I think that runs in the family. That does, dude. I think
to
the point where I've immediately forgotten to write down the timestamps as we were talking.
We've not said anything memorable.
Say anything interesting? Yeah, it also didn't trigger me. Yeah.
But there was a couple of points.
Write some notes.
There was a point about taking souls. That was one thing, so I'm going to write these down as I go, because taking souls,
cool.
and having a calloused mind, and the accountability mirror. I'm going to write me some notes, because those are the things that I thought were quite good.
The taking souls bit, I thought everybody did that, but maybe not.
No,
that was just a normal thing.
No, I don't think it is. And a brief explanation of it is it's winding somebody up in a competition to help yourself be better in that competition. That's sort of.
Is it winding somebody up though? Do you think?
Well, it's trying to get the better of them, isn't it? It's
kind of read it in a different way. Go on, mate.
It's making them think that you aren't in as much pain as them, so they give up. It's like making them feel shittier than you. So you're almost like taking their souls. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah, it's
really flipping the script, he likes to say. Flipping the script on them.
I didn't really see it like it was a bad thing. It's just if you
it's not a bad thing.
Portray that impression of yourself, then it's really easy to get in someone's head like that, isn't it? And I thought people just did that in competition. Like when we were training, and you were right in the end, we never talked about this after we went and did those WODs at your CrossFit place, and we were like, I was like collapsed on the floor. I should have got up. And when you were resting on the wall balls, we were saying like stand up. And the reason I was saying stand up was because then it doesn't look like you're tired, and everyone else is looking at you and thinking, oh Jesus Christ, he's not tired. Mm-hmm. And then afterwards we talked about recovering with your hands on your thighs. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And it is like scientifically proven, isn't it, that you can get more oxygen back in that. And I did it the other day when I was doing intervals. I was like, I'm going to try. And I was like, I can breathe. Oh, that's good. So so you take some souls, but you also can't breathe.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a standard thing. Like when you break someone when you're running, or or when you're riding motocross or whatever, when they're starting to get tired, and then you go a little bit faster, and they're like, no, I can't do it. I can't go with it. Well, the other way around, it gets done to you as well. Mm-hmm. And then you have to think in the opposite way around. You have to think, well, they're getting tired as well. They're just as tired as me.
Yeah. Keep
going until they fall over.
That's why I like to, when I'm training with other people and they start going, no, or they start shaking their head, I'm just going, just nod your head. Nod your head.
Yeah.
Nod your head.
Keep nodding.
I say it to them all the time, just nod your head, go, nod your head. Because as soon as you start going, yeah.
I did it today.
Yeah.
I did it today when I was running. It was quite funny. I was running today. I did some intervals today. they're sort of intervals because they're 800 meters. So it's a little bit long for an interval for me because my running is so slow now. I was running around and there's only 4 lots of 800. So it takes me about 4 minutes to do 800, just under 4 minutes. And I was running around. There's only 2 laps of the running track, but I was running around, and I do this when I run because I really don't like it. I'm like, oh God, this hurts. This is so horrible. It's really bad. I can't do this. I'm just running around doing that. And on the one lap I ran around and I thought, and I was feeling really tired as well. And I ran around and I looked around and I thought something like, well, nobody's shooting at me. Like, I'm doing it because I want to. I'm lucky that I can do it. Look how amazing the scenery is. And all of a sudden I felt way better, like incredibly, much, much better. And then ran quite a nice interval. And on the 4th one, on the last one, I went faster again on the interval, which is really cool. But I was just like, well, stop thinking that it really hurts and it's really horrible. And you're like slumped down, and just like, pick my head up and started running and saying, I'm lucky to be doing this, and made a huge difference.
And that's crazy. He talks about that a bit when he's going through talking about the fight or flight response and how that can then push like the adrenaline through your body to make you not forget, but it takes away that bit of hurtiness, and you feel like you can do a bit more because is it sympathetic nerve?
Sympathetic nervous
system.
One hooked up to the fight or flight.
So so if you think, oh God, I don't want to do this, then your body starts going, well, don't do it then. And then you go, oh
sure.
no. But then if you start thinking, oh God, I don't want to do this, and then you think, no, this is the reason why I'm here, and so you get the adrenaline, and you go again.
But I think you have to be conscious enough, don't you, to recognize that you've had that thought, and then instead of running away, like maybe you had it when you were fighting or whatever, you have to be able to then go, well, no, I trained, I've put all the work in, I'm strong enough, I'm fit enough, I'm whatever enough. Everybody else is doing it, that guy's doing it, and then be conscious to like override that response, isn't it? And then when you can override that response, and you can go for it. Like today, I did the paragliding today. That was pretty great. So I'm not very good I'm all right with heights, but not amazing. And I don't really like flying that much. And then I was up there thinking, what am I doing this for? And when I stood there, when he got the parachute out, I was like, oh shit, I've actually got to do this now. And then I looked at it and I was thinking, this is pretty crazy. It was actually, looks like what we're going to do is, I don't know this guy from anyone. I met him like 2 days ago and we couldn't do it. And then today we've come back to do it again. We're going to hook up to this parachute and I'm basically going to run off a cliff attached to this guy. And I was like, well, do you want to do it or not? I was like, yeah, I want to do it. Well,
do it then.
That's it then. You got to do it. So we did it, but it was cool.
Did you get any footage?
I got a whole bunch of footage from him because I couldn't take a camera or anything because you have to hold on to the paraglider, but he GoPro'd it all and took a bunch of pictures. So I've got all of the first bit of the flight. We did some acrobatic stuff with the GoPro. Nice. We did the landing with the GoPro. I flew it as well for a bit with the GoPro. So so I got a load of cool stuff. The really cool bit though is the takeoff, and you can't film that because it's like there's a lot of stuff going on. So to get the thing to take off, you have to, like, he's managing the sort of parachute behind you. Shall I explain what a paraglider is for people who don't know what a paraglider is? That's probably a bit of context. So it's basically a parachute, but instead of jumping out of a plane, you like pre-inflate the parachute standing on a bit of a slope. And then basically you just run in front of you with a harness on attached to the parachute. You run in front of you, the parachute fills up, starts to lift you off the ground. And then if you time it right, the ground drops away as the thing is filled, and you basically just like float out basically into the air. So I was attached to a harness, or in a harness attached to him, and then he's in like a seat. So he has the seat behind him, and then the parachute is attached to him. And to start the thing off, he sort of looks back and pulls the thing into the air like a kite, just like a massive kite. Like it's a 44-meter glider, they call it. They call the thing
44 meters.
So, yeah, he said 44 meters. Maybe he meant 44 feet.
Massive.
But it's massive. It's gigantic because 44 meters is huge, and it's like an Olympic swimming pool.
Yeah.
So maybe 44 feet then. But it's big. It's really big. It could be 44 meters, to be honest, because they're massive. So he pulls the thing up into the air, and then he's like, start walking, and the ground is like sloping away. He's like, start walking, and then he's like, run, and you have to just run. You have to run.
Good job you've been doing your sprinting.
Yeah, man. Well, I was sprinting this morning, so I was thinking, am I going to be able to run fast enough? Because I said to him,
legs just
how far? Well, I said, like, how fast do I have to run? And he said, as fast as you can. And I was like, I can run pretty fast now. I'm in practice. And he was a big guy as well. But yeah, probably like mid-50s, something like that. And I was thinking, I don't know if you want me to keep up with him, but he did. I was like running as fast as I can. But you're not really touching the ground.
Yeah.
Because the parachute starts to take some load from the air and starts to lift you up. So you're like trying to run.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like running in the air.
Pushing
the thing
in the air,
moves
right.
and then the floor just drops away. But it's super weird. Like my brain didn't know what was happening. It was a bit scary to start off with because I was thinking, well, this is quite nuts. And then we took off and it was all like a bit of a blur really, because I'm thinking, well, I'm like actually flying now. And you feel like you're just flying like a bird because it's not like, you're flying in a glider where you're inside the cabin and there's quite a bit of noise and you do the winch thing to start off with where it like pulls you up in the air and you fly. Because you just like run off a cliff basically and you fly straight away. It's really quite a weird feeling. And it's super high straight away as well, because immediately you've got like 1,000 meters below you or something like that. And then you fly around like you would normally using the air current to go up. Mm-hmm. And then you just like turn and fly around to go down. And there's loads of people up there as well. It wasn't a super strong thermal day today, so we didn't really go up very far. But it's super cool. And I was thinking that's, yeah, it was cool. Yeah, I think Colin would like it.
Yeah.
But he doesn't like heights, does he? Though, even though he's a pilot. But I think he'd like it.
Not brilliant with them, but he had a friend of his do chat to him and use some NLP stuff with him, and he said that really helped.
Okay. But yeah, it was really cool. And you don't have the feeling, I don't know, maybe because I've done a little bit of gliding and stuff like that already, maybe it feels a bit more normal. Mm-hmm. Because it's the same sort of sensation of speed as in a glider. Because the glider, you're protected from the wind because you're inside the cabin. This, you're out in the wind, but it's a bit slower. They only do like, I don't know, 40 to 60 kilometers an hour, the paraglider, and the glider can go quite fast, kind of. You don't really have a sensation of speed. You're just kind of floating around.
Yeah.
But when he did like the acrobatic stuff, it's pretty cool. He did some spirals and these things called wing over, which is like a bit like if you rode up a wall on a bike, like a wall ride, you sort of go up and over and come back down. But it's all on this video. It's pretty cool. So yeah, it's really cool. And also what was cool about it was I thought this is the first time in a long time that I've done anything for the very first time.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. Like never done that before. And I was like, what a cool feeling that is. I've never done that before. And now I've done.
That's cool.
Pretty cool. Yeah,
very
really cool.
Good. So is it far from where you live?
Well. Not really. It's in Salzburg, up a mountain called Geisberg, which is really popular for people to do paragliding. There were loads of people today.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's basically in the city, which is also really cool. It's not very far away, and there's lots of other places around here you can do it as well.
Yeah.
Some places near some big lakes, and he was saying he's been to Slovenia and do it, which also isn't super far from here.
Awesome.
Yeah, and they do competitions and all sorts of stuff. So now I want one of those. And you can also
just get one.
Put one in a backpack.
Yeah.
Put one in a backpack, hike up a mountain with it, because you can get them that weigh about 5 kilos, and then you can jump off the mountain and fly back down.
That's cool.
Yep.
Be on Amazon.
So that was cool. Yeah, I probably wouldn't buy one off Amazon, to be honest. I think it's quite important that it stays in one piece.
Yeah. And
then you have to have a little reserve chute. They're not cheap though. It's like thousands of euros. So it's probably not actually going to get one. Maybe
How much did it cost to have a flight?
150.
And how long was the flight?
Was 20, I think about 20 minutes. I recorded it on my GPS watch.
Yeah.
But I did not stop it in time when I hit the ground. So I need to do it on the Connect thing, and I'll see. I will tell you.
Pretty cool.
Because I'll be able to see the elevation.
So ideally, what you want to, if you're living in Austria, what you want as a career is the guy that hammers teeth into your head as your day job.
Yes.
And then on the weekends and summer holidays, you want to be a paragliding instructor. And then you're just rolling in it, having the time of your life.
Yeah, 150 euros is probably a turnaround of about an hour, I think. So 150 euros an hour is pretty decent coin. The pilot was a school teacher as his like main job, but he's been doing it for 30 years apparently, which I thought was pretty cool. He was super cool. It actually reminded me a bit of Colin, actually.
Yeah.
Cool guy, really cool guy. Yeah, he'd done competitions, and he's a white water rafting coach apparently as well. So he's like into adventure stuff.
Has he ever
really cool.
paraglided down a mountain into a white water raft and then rafted off?
Don't think so. I didn't ask. What you can do with the paraglider is ski with it. You can ski with it.
Oh, that's cool. Just James Bond style. This is what I'm thinking of.
James Bond. Like doing the film. Yeah.
Has he ever jumped through the air, firing a gun, going like that?
Maybe. You
ask him next time.
Took one.
And then if he says no, ask him if he's ever jumped through the air firing 2 guns, going
Okay, that's the important thing, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's one.
Then we know it's cool. It's cool.
No, it's very cool. I felt safe at least, and that was.
Well, that's probably the main, the key element.
Well, it's pretty nuts, though, isn't it? Like I say, I met him on Sunday.
And then they're like, no, the mountain with him on,
so come back
Tuesday.
Yeah, and then he's like strapped me into this thing, and we just jumped off a mountain, which is bonkers, really, isn't it? That's the more scary thing. Him. It's not actually doing it, is it? Yeah, exactly.
That's normal. That's just normal activity for him. That's just day to day.
But what I mean is, the scary bit is that you don't know if that's normal for you. Like, he might have learned yesterday.
Oh yeah.
And you don't know, do you?
Yeah. Did you ask to see any certificates?
Actually, no. Can I see your paragliding license, please? Because you don't have to have one. Like, I could buy one, go up there, and I can't believe this. Like, I can go to a shop, buy one, go up the mountain, try and like pull the thing into the air like a kite and fly.
Yeah,
you can just do that, which is pretty mad, I think. So that was cool. That was a lifetime first.
That's awesome.
That was good. You know what else I did this week? Another. It's not like it's sort of a lifetime first. I tried skateboarding on a pump track. That's pretty hard. That's harder than
paragliding. On a what?
On a pump track. Do you know what a pump track is?
Or is that
pump track
that, like, goes up and down like? No.
The surface does go up and down like this. Is the idea? It's basically a track, like a man-made track, artificial. So it's like a little mini motocross track for bicycles, for like BMX or small wheel bikes normally, and kids go on their scooters. And they've got waves in them. Yeah. And the idea is that you don't pedal, you pump the bike. So you pull up the bike and push down the bike as you go over the features, and it builds up speed. And you try and go around without pedaling, and then you can jump and do things. And they've just built a massive new one 5 minutes down the road from me, with this proper full-on mega big adults one with a big wall ride and stuff in it, like crazy. And then a little kids one, which we went and tried the skateboard on, which is pretty cool.
That's cool.
And really, really hard, really super hard. I couldn't get all the way around. I could actually, for about half an hour, I couldn't even go round one corner, which was quite disappointing. I thought I was going to smoke it, but I was never very good at skateboarding. Do you remember when we tried when we were like 10? I don't know how old we were.
I would
12.
Wouldn't even want to step on a skateboard. I just, every bone in my body would just break as soon as I stepped on it.
Just immediately disintegrate.
I can just, I just imagine like stepping on it and just crashing, just trying to get on the thing.
I was a bit worried about that, but then I thought about the old Huberman podcast and how you activate neuroplasticity, and I was thinking, I'm just going to activate some serious neuroplasticity.
This mother.
I'm going to go into ultra learning mode.
Yeah.
7 to 30 minutes of failing, which I did do, probably 7 to 45 minutes of failing on that, and then more or less got it. And actually, you know what? I'm remembering more of my German lessons this week, which is pretty crazy.
That's good. Yeah. Is it because you've had a little break from it, or is it because you're neuroplasticity with new experiences?
Yeah, well, the German as well this week, is off today and off on Thursday. So this week I won't have any, but I did a pretty big session of Duolingo this morning, and I did some juggling to neuroplasticize myself beforehand, trying to do 2 hands with 2 balls, which is difficult. So that fired up the old neuroplasticity system, and then did a bit of Duolingo, so that's good.
Cool.
Didn't talk about training though. Talked about paragliding and skateboarding.
Yeah.
I have got training, but I feel like I'm hogging.
Well, I would talk about training, but you belittled me having a complaint. So now I don't want to talk to you about it.
Come on then. Come on. No, that's even worse, man. That's like the worst of the worst. Come on, hit me with your complaint. What's the complaint? You train too much.
I'm sore. I'm fucking sore all over.
God. Oh no.
Yeah, it's bad.
Okay.
It's bad. It's
You'll
still
go on.
bad.
You'll recover.
Still bad
Really
from
bad?
Saturday.
How
Yeah,
bad?
this is the worst
On a
I've
scale
been.
of 1 to 10? Really? Ever?
Yeah, it's the worst I've been in a long time.
Well, that was quite a lot of
It was.
punishment, wasn't it? Do you want to explain to people what you did?
Yeah.
What did you do?
I did a Girl Wod marathon, which sounds more pleasant than it actually is. So a Girl Wod, for people who aren't into CrossFit, they do benchmark workouts, and they're named after girls, and they're ones which you can just go back and measure your progress against. So you can look these up if you want to. But so I did. I'll explain. So wasn't for anything in particular. It was just something to do at CrossFit Great Yarmouth, and about 30-ish people signed up for it, and you could do as many or as little as you wanted to, and it was on a Saturday just gone. And so one of the first workout was Diane, which is 21, 15, 9. So that's the rep scheme of deadlifts with 102.5 kilos, and then handstand push-ups. And it's just for time. So you just do 21 deadlifts, 21 handstand push-ups, 15 deads, 15 handstand push-ups, 9 and 9. You got to get through that as fast as you can. And that was good. And I went fairly quickly on that. I did it in 4 minutes, 43 seconds.
Jesus Christ. That's fast, man.
And it knocked.
And what
the last time I tried it.
What's like a pro time on that? Do they
I
do
don't know, maybe
2
something minutes.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. They're like a rep a second type speed. They're probably,
That's bonkers, man.
just a rep a second, smashing it out. Just probably takes them. They're probably the only way you can get faster is to get probably off the barbell onto the handstands. Like they just drill that when you're at that level, it's just trying to get transitions faster. That's pretty much how you get faster. But yeah, so that was good. Last time I tried it, I did it in 14 minutes 51 in the garage with an ab mat under my head. So slightly less range of motion.
So this is not a strict handstand push-up though. It's a kipping one, is it? Or you can do however
you can do them strict if you want. I can.
You're gonna be slower.
I would. Yeah. Some people are really good at strict handstand push-ups and can't kip. But it would take.
And normally that's enough, isn't it, for one day? Normally it's like if you go to a CrossFit class, you're doing a bit.
Yeah, you might do that and something else.
Hit one
maybe.
Of those. And
strength stuff. Hit one of those, or yeah. So then we did Gretel, which is 10 rounds of 3 clean and jerks and 3 bar facing burpees, which doesn't sound a lot.
It doesn't sound so bad. Yeah.
62.5 kilos on the clean and jerks. So nothing crazy. But that was the worst one. That was horrific. 10 rounds. Really? Yeah, really, really, really leggy and gassy. And it was just
only 3 burpees?
Yeah. 3 clean and jerks, 3 burpees,
stand up?
10 times over. No, just get over it. It was just really bad.
That was the worst one.
Yeah, I did it in 6 minutes 52 seconds.
Pretty fast, isn't it?
Yeah, there's some. I'll share with you the fastest times. My phone keeps locking itself. Piece of shit. Who got the fastest time on that? Luke got 3 minutes 53, so nearly
just
twice
3 minutes
fast.
faster than you.
Yeah,
Wow.
M got 3 minutes 37. They're fast. Some fast times. Yeah, so that was workout 2. These were on the hour every hour.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Right?
Yeah, and then we did Annie, which is normally 50, 40, 30, 20, 10 double unders and sit-ups. But the coach Phil wanted to push people a little bit, so he said if you've done this workout a few times, you can still do it, but if you want something a little bit more challenging, do double unders and half reps of toes to bar. So it's like 50 double unders, 25 toes to bar, 40 double unders.
I thought you meant half a toe to bar, like
not half reps,
a leg raise,
half reps. Yeah. So I did that just because he sort of said, what he said was, if like Will, you've done this workout about 17 times,
Right.
then try. So I was like, okay, so I've got to do this one now. And I did that in 8 minutes 13, which is okay, because I think my best Annie score with the sit-ups is 7:55. Was it 6:55? 7:55, I think, around about the 8 minute mark. So
but then you could have probably done a faster Annie then, no?
Yeah, possibly. But it was good. I can do that anytime. It's like, it's a 7-8 minute workout. You just jump.
That's just sit-ups on the floor. It's not a GHD sit-up or anything like that.
Yeah, just sit-ups on the floor. Yeah, GHD is, that'd wreck me. I've never done one. I wouldn't want to.
Start somewhere.
Yeah. Next up was Nancy. So Nancy. Nancy is 5 rounds of 400-meter run.
Yeah, this sounds cool.
And then 15 overhead squats with 45 kilos. I think we had 45.
I'm writing Grim Nancy.
It's either 45 or 42. Yeah, there was a worse version. The worst version was a heavier weight, like the coach and a few other people did it with like 70, 80 kilos in the overhead squat.
Oh my God.
Crazy. So yeah, that was pretty good. That was the thing about that was there's lots of people in my heat were doing either lighter weight or doing it with dumbbells, so they didn't have to. It's a slightly easier movement. You know, if you're just going to rack 2 dumbbells on your shoulders, then you can just squat up and down rather than holding a bar overhead.
Yeah, for sure. Well, then surely they have to hold the dumbbell over their head, no?
No, they didn't do that. That was just optional if you wanted to do the overhead squats, because it's a bit of a stressful movement for some people. So it gave some scaling options for people.
Okay.
So it meant that I kept on coming out on the run and going past like the same people. Okay. Because I'd get back in before them, but then I'd have to like snatch this weight and then overhead squat it. And I was breaking mine. Like I couldn't do them unbroken. That was just too much.
How many was it? Like 15, you said?
15 each round, yeah.
Oh,
yeah. And then I'd come in and then I'd start squatting. Everybody else would come in, start squatting. And then when I finished squatting and put the bar down, it's like me and one other person. And then I'd like run past all the people that
catch everybody up,
like run back in and do it again. So yeah, and every time I went past this lady called Sarah, she was like, "Well done, Will."
Like, thank you.
Yeah, that was quite fun. So yeah, that was Nancy.
How fast are you doing 400 meters in the middle of that? Are you like hammering it? Or
that took me a while. No, that was just cruising around. So that was the longer workout. That was 21 minutes 48 for me.
But as well, the sets of 15 must be
including that.
So the 400 meters, there's got to be at least a couple of minutes, and then a set of 15 on those, probably broken up in 5s or something.
I was doing it in 5s. Yeah, I did the first one in like an 8 and a 7, but then I was like, I'm not going to be able to keep that up.
Blah.
Some people were doing them unbroken because they've got really good overhead stability and really good strength on overhead squats.
Because I guess the squat isn't so bad, and then you've got to do an extra snatch, haven't you, every time you break as well?
Yeah, every time you put it down. But I did squat snatches, so my first rep was the snatch, and I stood it up,
right?
Snatch, because it was over my head anyway, so it was an overhead squat, so I snatched into rep 1.
Okay, right. So like the rep is from the bottom to the top, sort of.
Yeah, so I like squat snatched, stood it up, so that's 1 rep. Whereas other people were like, they were power snatching it up overhead, standing all the way up, and then doing an overhead squat, and that just seemed slower to me, and they didn't want to do the squat snatch. They felt more comfortable getting it up overhead and getting stable, where I was just like, just go. And then we did
keep it wild.
Yeah, I did get wild on the last on the last set, and my went over the back of me, and I wrestled it back, and my shoulders really sore from doing that, trying to hold onto it. Yeah, I went a bit mental on that one. I threw it up too fast. I couldn't hang on to it very well.
Gotta do these things sometimes.
Got excited because I was about to catch somebody. And then the next one was Karen, which is 150 wall balls for time. So you'd like that one.
It's just disgusting, isn't it? No, I would not like that one.
You'd like that one.
I don't know if I'd get through that, to be honest.
Yeah, you would, just doing one at a time. It's fine.
One at a time times 150. I'll be nah, not about this wall ball life.
I did it in 8 minutes 28. That's the first time I've ever done that. That's quite a regular one that gets thrown in, and I've avoided
What a horror story. With what wall ball is that? 9?
9 kilos, yeah.
My God. No, that just sounds disgusting.
And then
I think I did, like, the first time I went to one of the CrossFit places in Spain, I did a workout, and it was like straight into something grim like that. Like, it was like 50 wall balls, something else, come back in 50 wall balls. And I'm like, God damn.
Yeah.
But I did it with like a 3 kilo wall ball.
That's super scaled.
It was ultra scaled. No, I didn't actually. I think I did it with a 12 or something stupid. I didn't know.
Silly.
I was like, oh yeah, the 12's not very heavy. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's
destroyed.
And then the last one of the day was Fran, which is a CrossFit favorite. Fran is 21, 15, 9 thrusters and pull-ups. And not a lot of people wanted to do Fran. So there was a handful of people did all 6 workouts out of the 31.
Why would you not do it if you've been there all day and you've done 5?
Tired.
You might as well just do 6, mate.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's not going to make you any more tired, though, is it?
It's hard. Yeah, it did. I mean, I'm now, what's it,
ultra
Tuesday?
tired.
Sunday, Monday,
more
Tuesday,
tired than you've been in your life.
Still wrecked.
So when was it? Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday. But I have trained since
It's pretty
then.
mad, though, isn't it? Yeah. So like you were saying, it's only an hour's worth of work, isn't it? But it's so intense, isn't it? It's it's like me going out to do one of those sprint sessions, which now takes me about 20 minutes, and I am battered after doing one of those. Like, it hurts, and I want to stop at the end. I don't want to do any more. And today I did some core stuff as well afterwards. I was like, I'm not enjoying this.
Yeah.
So then it's having 40 minutes of rest, and then going again.
Going out and do it on the next
40 minutes and going again.
Yeah.
And then again, and then again. Fuck. No. Well,
so
yeah,
that was
I would
good.
do.
That was good.
And you know about it. And how is 531 going, or is that off the table completely? I guess it's completely off right now.
I've not started it again. No, that was my other thing on my list. I'm almost like, I feel like I'd just take a week off it and then decide what I want to do with it. I was meant to really decide as of the weekend, but everything would have been a car crash if I'd have started just rolling to the next.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, you need to recover now after this then. Yeah, you need to recover now after this, for sure.
So I went in on, so Sunday I was a write-off. It was literally just don't move, eat food and drink coffee. That was it. That was Sunday. And complain. And I will complain. Nobody was shooting at me, but it felt like somebody had shot me in the legs with shotguns.
It's your fault. You went and you did
it. I voluntarily did it. I voluntarily did it. So
we complained
to myself. Because it hurts. I'm a pussy. That's why. Sore. So I've gone through, 12 gallons of Radox, the equivalent of the Dead Sea in mineral salt baths.
Have you got the Epsom salts in there?
I've worn out 3 massage guns. Tiger Balm has run out. There's a Tiger Balm shortage. Forget about turkeys being short for Christmas. It's Tiger Balm.
Tiger Balm shortage.
And yeah, still today, I had another bath just to try and get things. I'm just eating everything I can get my hands on and bathing. But yeah, I went in on Monday because I thought I just need to move. I just need to get my legs moving because sitting down wasn't helping, laying down wasn't helping,
for sure.
Walking wasn't helping, nothing was helping. And I did this workout. It was 10 rounds. And it was 15 cows. I did it on an erg bike, or a bike erg, the Concept 2 stationary bikes, not the assault one. It's just like
like a spin bike.
Yeah, like a spin bike, but
like
it's
a normal push bike without the arms. Yeah,
it's one of those ones where you stop, it stops.
Yeah,
they're pretty savage, but they're good. So yeah, it was 10 rounds, and it was 15 cows on the assault bike. Like 40 to 50% of your max strict pull-up set. So I did like 7 pull-ups. Yeah. Yeah. So I did 7 strict pull-ups per round and then 20 push-ups. And it was just going round and round and round. And there was a time cap of 30 minutes. I think I did it in 25, 30.
I was going to say, smash that. Yeah.
I mean, the other people were doing it like they were swapping between the assault bike and the rower, which is probably like rower would be a bit faster, assault bike would be a bit slower. But I think I had the fastest time.
How many calories you say? The calories 15. Don't really mean anything to me when you say calories. 15
it's about
calories,
60 in time. It's about a minute's worth of work going at a decent clip.
I have a Ross workout that's like that, which is 5 pull-ups. It's not that simple actually. 5 pull-ups, and then 10 medicine ball slams. I think 15 push-ups and 20 burpees or some variation of that. I don't think it's 20 burpees. Burpees must be the lower one. Burpees must be 10. And I think it's the push-ups and then the medicine ball slams.
Push-ups are just rough. Oh, bloody awful.
I like them now because I had to do loads, didn't I? I was doing like loads and loads and loads when I did my hip and when I did my leg last year and stuff. So okay, but I can't do a pull-up now to save my life. Basically, my pull-ups are rubbish. So bad now. They were really good when I did that Murph last year. I don't know how I managed to do that like that, but I was doing like upper body stuff like 4 days a week when I couldn't do anything else.
Yeah.
And my pull-ups were pretty strong, but now they're rubbish, man. So rubbish. We have to trade.
I'm practicing my butterflies now.
Yeah, you said last week. Yeah.
If the workout doesn't say strict, I'm going to try and do butterflies as much as I can because I've now figured out. I think I was saying I've now figured out
where the speed is.
Just figuring out what they mean when they talk about you relax and you
relax.
So I did some butterflies for Fran. I did it with butterflies, and I think I got a set of 7 or 8 or something in a row, which was quite nice. So just got to keep building.
Do you have to like fully extend when you do those? How do they work? Like a strict pull-up is to full extension, like full hang, and then chest to the bar, chin over the bar, I guess. And then a butterfly pull-up is what, the same?
Yeah, I guess so. You would your arms would get to full extension because that's where you relax, boom, and then you come back, boom, and it's.
But you might be in a different position now, I suppose. Than a normal,
and it's basically like a kipping movement
like
rather
out
than
here somewhere, aren't you? I guess.
Yeah. So you're sort of you're coming through like that. Whoosh, whoosh, where it's strict. Yeah, like say that's the bar. You're sort of like going like that.
Yeah.
And smashing the face off of it as I did. But yeah, strict is just yeah. I was quite I am slower with the strict stuff, but I can do them. I just set a 7's fine. It's good.
Make me want to try now with this.
Yeah,
this is getting pretty good.
Your head broke. That's what I have to do.
Yeah.
And then we did like a little pump session afterwards. So it was like a little circuit of bicep curls, tricep extensions, and then knees to elbow, just like going round doing as many. That's cool.
Why not?
And then today I went in and did some front squats because I couldn't decide. I was like, right, I either need to start doing 5-3-1 today, or I'll just go in and just do whatever there's on the program. And I thought, well, the easier thing to do is just to go in and do whatever's on the program. So I did some front squats, and that's only the second time I've done front squats in a year. But I messed up. I thought I had a couple more sets to build up to a max, and I didn't. So I sort of topped out at 80 kilos for a set of 3 when I should have really been doing like 95 or 100. But never mind. I'm not too.
It's a nice front squat though.
My legs are fucking in bits.
Toasted.
So yeah, we built up to a maximum set of 3, and then we did 8 reps at 70% of that. So I just left 60 on the bar. It should have been something like 55, but I thought 55. I should have been higher really. So I did it with 60, and we did seven reps. So it's 3 rounds, 7 reps of front squats into 16 double dumbbell box step ups with 22.5 kilo dumbbells. I did it with, so that was nice and leggy. So no wonder.
So you have trained almost every day since. So you had Sunday off.
No, I had Sunday off. I had Sunday off. Sunday off full. Monday was just like, there wasn't like a really hard workout. That was just.
Yeah, but you're probably not going to be recovered till next week. So no. I'd settle in now. Yeah. Just get used to the feeling.
Yeah,
embrace it.
I'll get my massage gun out later. And yeah, what was the last thing we did? Yeah, it was wall balls and devil press was the last bit of that. 30 wall balls, 9 devil press, 20 wall balls, 6 devil press, 10 wall balls, 3 devil press. And that was grotty as well. Nice leggy Tuesday. So then I've just got to see if I can recover enough to want to do something tomorrow evening if I want to do my weightlifting class. Because there's no like, oh, you have to.
Technique.
Yeah, it's all about technique. About technique, which I'm like
doing it.
Yeah, so that's clean.
Pop that in there.
That's cleans.
Yeah, because you said he does 1 on 1 off, no, for the weightlifting stuff.
Yeah, so far when I've seen it, it's like snatch 1 week, clean the next week. In terms of the building up to a heavy single, and then he just does opposite. Sandwiches it with the opposite technique and then the strength thing at the end. So I think it's like snatch technique, clean and jerk heavy, and then snatch strength. But yeah, I like that. It's cool. I posted just before we come on, I posted my little reel about what I was doing. It wasn't a very good angle. It's basically a reel of my ass in joggers. So that might get many
shoot
likes.
Up the followers all of a sudden. We're flying up.
So yeah, I've got a few more days left to figure out what I want to do with my strength stuff, if anything. I've got to overcome my.
Well, probably want a bit of a break, don't you? There's like the thing that I sent you that Big Chad put on his 531, like talking about 531 juggernaut, talking about deload week, saying you should go into deload week feeling battered, like you don't want to train, and then when you come out of deload week or recovery week, then you want to train again. So yeah,
hopefully I'll
let yourself want to train again.
Yeah, because I didn't
when you feel better, you'll want to train. Yeah,
I didn't want to do the last block. I didn't want to do any of that. And
I said the other day, that I was actually wanted to train. Like I missed training. I haven't actually missed training, I don't think, for a long time. I like to train, but I haven't really missed it. And then I was just walking down the stairs and I was like, God, I really miss training.
Yeah.
I really want to train.
I've been walking downstairs going,
someone carry me down the stairs.
Help me, I'm too little.
Please. I haven't been doing a massive amount of training. I did my 20 by 50. That was grim, 20 by 50 meter sprints. The grimmest part of it was my Achilles, both my Achilles feel like they're going to explode. Like for some reason now,
that's not good.
I turned 40 and now I can't do anything without doing a warm up. Like I thought that was some sort of myth thing that didn't actually happen, but I never need to warm up ever. I can just go straight into stuff, but I cannot do these sprints without warming up. It is horrendous. And even if I warm up, like today, I warmed up for probably 5 minutes and it still hurt. I only had to do 4.
Whole 5
first
minutes.
2 still hurt. Yeah, it's long enough, isn't it? Jeez, man, what do you want from me? 5 minutes, much more than 30 seconds or 0 seconds.
Yeah.
So the 20 by 50, for the first 10, it felt like all my tendons were going to blow off, like just disintegrate and blow off. My calves and everything all right there, which surprised me because that was the problem I had before when I was like going quite hard and my calves were exploding, but they're all right. But my tendons just feel destroyed. So these Metcons are a little bit better than those Reebok shoes, but I think I might have to buy some actual trainers with some cushioning or something, because it's like feels like I'm running in bare feet.
Do they have places around there that do like gait analysis and all that kind of jobbies, like proper running places?
Very, very likely, yeah. Because
that'd be cool to check out something like that. Have like a proper.
Yeah, I've never done a gait analysis before because I think they'd probably just go like, well, "How can you even walk? Like, what are you doing? What's the matter with you?"
You come out with like orthopedic shoes.
Orthopedic running shoes with big fat sole.
Yeah.
But the trail running shoes I've got are really awesome. They're Sportiva Mutant, they're called. I don't know if you've seen them before. They're the yellow ones I've got. And they've got like this cool sort of overlapping tongue, but they don't really have a structure on the outside. Like the Metcons have got like quite a structure on the outside, but these haven't really. They're just almost like a sort of stiff sock that you put on. But they're super comfortable because they're a little bit wide as well. Because I've got wide feet and they're really, really cool. So it'd be nice if they did some actual running ones of those, just like normal running, because they're a special trail running shoe. And they've got it's basically like a climbing shoe sole on it because they're for like hardcore trail running. They've got this climbing shoe sole, which if you run, like if I took them to run on the track, it would just rip the soles off. So it'd be interesting to see if they've got anything, because they were amazing. Like I did that ultra trail marathon years ago now, like 5 years ago, and my feet were, I didn't have to worry about my feet, basically. They're absolutely perfect. That was brilliant. So that would be cool. But I think I can probably get gait analysis. I haven't ever done one before. I bought those from a proper running shop. Yes. Yeah, I think I bought them from a proper running shop. But they didn't do a gait analysis for some reason at the time. They had the machine and everything to do it, but they didn't do it. So that would be interesting, because I'd also like to get a coach or something for it, because it hurts so much, man, to do it. I think I must be doing something wrong. I don't know. Well, I used to be able to run. So I ran half marathons and lots of 10Ks and 5Ks, but at the moment.
Do they have anybody, because that's a proper track you go to, isn't it? They must have people that coach and stuff.
It's for the university, so I assume they've got a running club or some sort of track or athletics club. But yeah, they probably do a local club out of there, don't they, as well? Like I was doing just getting a few sessions.
Yeah, getting a couple of sessions and getting some tips and pointers and things on how to.
But I'm working it out as I go along, because I can feel like, okay, that doesn't feel right, or my stride feels short. And when I see someone else running and I look at my shadow, I think I'm not running, like, because my legs are short anyway, so that makes it even worse. But like, I don't bring my knees up and I don't extend backwards far enough, I think, because I'm not flexible either now. So it's just like completely wrecked my running stride and everything. But I was watching some people today. It's quite funny, because I was running my interval. They were doing intervals, but I was running my interval when they were on their like downtime from the interval, because I was resting in between my intervals and they were just jogging. When they were jogging, they were going almost faster than my interval. I was like, come on, this sucks. So that was cool though, because it made me go faster. And in the end, I was keeping up with them on their intervals when I was on my intervals. So that was cool. But yeah, that battered me. So I'll see if I can get a little bit of coaching. I did some coaching with a triathlon guy in Spain, just like a couple of sessions, doing some different exercises and sprints and stuff. But even that didn't hurt as much as this. I think this is maybe the first time that I've like consistently run since I broke my ankle last year. And now I've done my hip as well, haven't I? So everything's just smashed to pieces. It feels like it hurts. And I haven't been doing a lot of mobility stuff either. And I think that really makes a big difference. Like if your tendons and stuff are more, what do you call that? More flexible, more longer, then I think it doesn't feel like they're about to explode as soon as you get started. So
I always feel a lot better.
It feels like getting faster.
Doing a mobility warm up before I train. Always. Yeah,
I still don't really do anything. Yeah, so I need to do something. At least I did like just some jumping jacks and some bodyweight squats, and took the skipping rope and did some skipping as well, because I thought that would help more than it did. I thought, well, if I skip, then at least I'm like activating all my calves and everything and warming up my tendons and stuff, but it still was grim.
Right.
And even the sprints, like
I'm gonna give you a pre-workout. Here you go. Here's 15 minutes. Well, you can take what you want from it. If I put run into Go Wod, which is a service I pay for, so I'm allowed to do this. You run sprints between 500 and 400 meters, yeah? Yeah, right. Let's stick this in.
5 meter sprints, that would be cool.
Stick this in and see what it says. Right. This is based on hips being a bit crap, which is what I have.
Yeah, mine are pretty crap.
Have a look. So you haven't got a Theragun, so you're not going to want to be doing that, are you?
I don't have that, no.
Let's see if we can turn. Can we turn off the old Theragun? Yeah, let's turn that off. Okay, let's go, he says. So you got a standing quad stretch. So you...
Yep, the classic.
1 minute each side.
Good God, I haven't... Nobody got time for that.
This is a 15 minute. You take out what you want. You got a little...
I'll do it.
Good morning.
I'll submit.
Good morning for your hammies.
Okay. Standing 1 minute quad.
You've got a little calf activation there. Can you see he's on a step and he's just going all the way down?
Yep, single leg calf.
So on like a plate or something. Calf activation.
Just do it on a step, can't I?
Yeah. Not two. That's like a bumper plate. So half a step maybe.
How long am I doing? 1 minute for all of these?
1 minute each side on all of these. Yeah.
I'm gonna be knackered, man. Before I
exactly. You got a night to hamstring stretch, which is quite nice. So you like a nice lunge forward, and then that's the hamstring
And then you
bit.
go backwards. That's the killer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's another minute each side. This is a good one again. This is all hamstrings, dude. Load up those bad boys. Squat to stand.
Probably is
This one I find
with
really
my
difficult to do.
Probably.
This one I find really difficult to do.
I can't do that like she's doing that. That's for sure.
Yeah, I can't do that either. I just fall over and then I hurt my fingers because I'm trying to stand on my fingers. Squat to stand.
Yeah, got her.
And then the last one, or more hamstrings. So you could probably take out some of this hamstring action, but it's a kneeling hamstring stretch.
That's the same set half of the other one, isn't it?
Grabbing your toes.
Cool.
So there's your.
I'll try.
There's your
I'll let you know how it goes.
I could do a post one if you want as well, if you're interested. After the work has been done. Again, I did
the warm up is going to be longer than the entire session.
Yeah,
and cool down.
But hopefully you won't feel as fucking terrible.
Hopefully, yeah. Actually, today my legs feel pretty good, and then after that 20 by 50, they felt pretty good as well. So, and the other ones, like straight afterwards, oh, absolutely battered. And tomorrow I've got a squat as well. So.
This won't let me do it without the massage gun, which you have to do. Got. Yeah. Okay. So it's probably foam rolling on your calf, your hamstring,
right. Okay,
and your quads.
I could take my foam roller with me.
Yeah, I'll do that. And then it says about doing your shin, but yeah, foam roll on your shin.
I've also got a willing victim for some training as well.
Yeah.
Actually going to do some little bit of training.
That's cool. Who's that?
Someone at work. Yeah. Someone at lunchtime. We're going to do.
Well, good luck, someone at work. Hope you get on well. I hope you come back.
Fingers crossed. We're going to do some Ross work.
That's cool.
To get rolling with. We're going to do. It's not one of them. It's not a magic 50 or anything. I think it's just one of the GPP number one. So it's like 30 seconds of jumper jacks, 30 seconds of mountain climbers, 30 seconds burpees, and 30 seconds shadow boxing, I think. So we'll do skipping instead of shadow boxing. And then 5 rounds of that, no rest.
Cool.
So that'll be good. That'll be a killer. I'm going to squat in the morning, and then we're going to do that at lunchtime tomorrow.
Nice.
So I'm on it. I'm back on it. Back in full send mode.
That's cool.
Waiting to get this bad boy off.
Very good.
This is all right then.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did 20 by 50 last week I squatted up to nothing heavy, 107.5, I think, for 5. That's okay. And then tomorrow I've got up to 112.5 for 5. It's about a 531. So we'll see if I make it out of that alive. Yeah. And I'll do some sort of deadlift, just the down sets of the deadlift later on in the week without the big set, so I don't pull my thumb off.
Mm-hmm.
And Magic 50 this morning. That was pretty cool with the kettlebell. Just a light one, but just to move. So I can snatch and swing obviously with this hand, but I can snatch and swing with this hand as well, which is pretty cool because I can do it without the thumb. So I just over grip. And then, but the burpees weren't very good because the room height is low, and I was kicking back because I'm like nearly hitting the like the partition wall thing.
Yeah. So burpee out in the hallway bit.
Yeah, but then I have to move between the things, and you're supposed to just keep going, aren't you? So I've got to like open the door, go out, move, and so it's okay. That's cool. So tomorrow I'll do GBP, then I've got a squat, and then I think it's like deadlift, and then that'll be that week, and then I'll start again with another round of intervals and squat and everything next week, and that's it for training at the moment. I just want to keep doing something consistently until I get this off, which is coming around fast now.
That's good.
Not long to go. Although I keep thinking not long to go. It seems like I've been saying like it's 2.5 weeks to go for 4.5 weeks. Yeah, but it's now like 2 weeks to go.
That's cool, man. I'm keeping it on the bubble until it's.
Yeah, I'd like to do a bit more, but I don't want to risk.
Yeah, I don't.
I didn't tell you the story. The story I was getting to was when I was doing the 20 by 50 and my legs were feeling like they were going to explode. I got to number 10, started to feel a bit warmed up. Was getting faster to 15, and one of the ones that I filmed that I put on the post, like the second one, actually looks like I'm moving quite fast. I did that, and then 16 I started to slow down, and then I think 17 somehow I like did the arm swing because I was really concentrating on the arm swing, because as soon as you like, become really active with the arms,
don't tell me you caught your thumb in your pocket.
I went, wow. Oh, I was like, oh my God. But luckily I had this one. And it's actually quite sore on the end of the thumb for some reason. I don't know why, because I think I don't know if you can see where it is. You probably can't see it, but there's like the scar is here in the bottom. So they've operated here. They haven't operated here. So I can move the end bit.
Yeah. But
I caught the end in my pocket, going at full tilt.
Jesus.
And I was like,
do you know what? It's bad enough when you get your hoodie pocket caught on a door handle. That's bad.
Yeah, and then you're like, yeah. So
catching your own misaligned cool post-surgery thumb in your pocket. Do you need to zip those bitches up?
Well, I'll tell you what I did.
And cover them over, so I caught it in my pocket, shut.
And I was like, that really hurts. I think I'm going to be sick. Maybe I should stop. And I was like, no, I'm nearly done. I'm not stopping now. So I just pulled my trousers right up, like as far up as I could get, so that my hand was out of the way of my pocket. And I managed to miss it. Then I just pulled it right up. And what did I do anything else? I was just really conscious of like running my arm straight. I don't know how I got it in my pocket. Never, like the amount of sprints I've done and the amount of running I've done in my time is not like inconsequential. And I have never.
You have to like tuck your thumb over the back like that.
Well, I can't move it, can I? So this is the problem, I think, is that maybe if you're running normally, you probably run like that, don't you? With your like hand closed.
Like the guy out of Terminator 2
style. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one was he called? I can't remember which one he was called. 509 or something? No.
T1000 or something, wasn't it?
Was he T1000? So yeah. So I think you probably at least either run like that, or if you catch it in something, you just clip it and it does. But because that's stuck out, isn't it? So I literally can't move it out of the way. So I was running, I think, a little bit on the side, and it just went in my pocket, and I was like, please God, no. And I was literally thinking, like, what are you doing? What are you doing out here doing this and sprinting and catching your thumb in your pocket? Like, are you some sort of mongoloid?
Just to confirm, because it's going to annoy me, it's the T1000. Yeah.
Okay. He's T1000, is he? The bad guy.
T1000, here he comes.
Yeah, there he goes. Although there he's got his sword arm, has he? Oh, that's when he's got his arm blown off. That's such a cool film. It's like
that is a cool film. Very cool. He just runs everywhere, this guy.
He's on it. So yeah, I didn't go T1000 speed, but I did start to go a little bit faster. So
there he goes. That was good. He's chasing John Connor on the motocross bike with 1,000 gears.
Infinity gears.
Yeah, forever shifting up.
Good. So, any other news? Not really. We'll do the Goggins next time. That'll be cool.
Yeah, I mean, it might have to be an ongoing Goggins
conversation.
Goggins
series. I was thinking as well, what I will do is I will listen to those Human Lab podcasts, and if there's anything interesting, I will make a little summary of those, because the most recent one I've been listening to is like a nutrients for brain performance one, which I need to make my brain work. But
it's really sort of nootropics, because everyone bangs about nootropics.
Just food, not nootropics. No, it's not like chemical or anything like that. It's just food. It's just, for example, blueberries and this sort of thing are like what is in popular information considered good for your brain, and then he explains like why and what it is and so on. But I think it's a shame because it's super useful information, but people maybe are put off listening to him because of the way he delivers it. So you could deliver it in a much more straightforward way, which is to take this, and this for this, and you don't need an hour and a half of him talking, which I
think that's the thing. A lot of it. Yeah. I mean, if you've got the time to listen to it, and then he then backs up, take this, and this because of this, is actually based on some sort of evidence, whereas you get every fucker on the internet will go, we need to take this, this, and this because of this, and you'll go, really? Why? That's like me.
Well, I really like his podcast because he actually said all of this information is backed up by a minimum of 3 studies, and they're like peer-reviewed studies, I think. So from these councils of experts in the field, they have to basically say like, yes, this has been done correctly, and yes, this makes sense, and then they release it in a journal. So like a minimum of 3 up to like hundreds of studies on these things. So it's all verified information. But what you don't really want to do is sit through the whole thing while it gets explained about like why it's verified and what they did and so on and so on. So I think that'd be quite nice, because I find it interesting. So I'll make a little summary of cliff notes for you on those things, and that means I listen to them again. I'll go through and listen to them again because they're super interesting, but pull the most relevant info out, because that one was cool. It's basically like, these are the things, and it also, eggs were super interesting. The eggs are really good for brain function.
I like eggs.
I didn't know. I eat loads of eggs. Egg yolks, specifically egg yolks.
I like an egg yolk.
People don't like egg yolks.
A dish called a shakshuka the other day. Shakshuka.
Shakshuka. And what country is that from?
I got it in England.
And that's the origin of the dish?
Yeah, I don't know the origin of the dish, but it was like a bean, almost like a salsa type dish. So it was tomatoes, beans, onions, and then it had 2 baked eggs on top. It was really good. It was really good. Shakshuka.
Shakshuka. The other day, went to a Vietnamese restaurant and had some pho, which was pretty awesome. And I want to try and make that now, because then I saw
like PHO.
PHO. Yeah, is that how you say it? Pho? I guess so. Maybe you say it po. And then
what was it?
Can
you describe
PHO? It? Oh, it's like a soup. So it's a fish sauce is like the base, and then there's rice noodles. It's a bit like a ramen. If people know what a ramen is, like a noodle soup. And then you have inside cucumber and some carrot, I think, some noodles, some chicken, not loads of stuff, but it's pretty clean. And then there should be some hoisin sauce, but I think there wasn't actually any hoisin sauce in this one. But it's really good. And then I saw on our old friend Zen Bodybuilders page that he made some pho and he put eggs in it as well. And I was like, oh my God, that looks amazing. Food. I'm going to get the ingredients. I'm going to go back to the cooking style, and I'll cook one this week as well.
Yeah, those Vietnamese, they know their way around a vegetable. Let me tell you, they can do some fresh stuff with those things.
Yeah, it's really good. There's a little restaurant in the next town along, and I went there twice last week. It's pretty good. And I also went out. When was my birthday? Last week, no? Yeah. So I went out at lunchtime. We went out at lunchtime for Austrian, then we went out in the evening for Mexican. And the next day we went out at lunchtime for Vietnamese. And then I think I went out again in the evening, but I can't remember where I went. So I did a lot of eating.
No wonder you're running slow.
And man. Well, this is why I need to get this all back in check, because it's a slippery slope.
To get on the birthday cake vibe.
Things start going out of line, then you really start getting in trouble.
I know. I haven't got time to talk about it, but I went out for a meal on Saturday night after the Girl Wod marathon at my friend Angelo's restaurant.
I want to hear about that though. So save that for Plaza,
and that motherfucker wipes the floor with everybody else in that whole town. His food is so good, so good.
What is his name?
Angelo
Carvalho. What is the restaurant?
It's called Quayside Plaza in Great Yarmouth.
Quayside Plaza, that's the restaurant.
And he's run it for, I want to say, more than 10 years. Like, I'm sure it's like 11, 12 years with him and his partner, his wife, Magda. And it's good. It's so good.
Is that Magda related to Olga? Or am I making that up?
No, they're friends.
No. Okay.
Yeah, they know each other. It's all CrossFit. It's all CrossFit gym people.
And that's Brazilian food, is it?
There was. It's like, I don't know. I'm not great with facts, but he is from Portugal.
Please don't take this as facts.
It's really nice. Meat and fish, like mussels, prawns, pork belly, steak with pineapple and black bean, like a Brazilian style steak, all that kind of stuff is so good. I'm just dribbling thinking about it.
We should go there then, shouldn't we? I'll come back
Yeah,
for
man,
Christmas
you would like that.
That'd be cool.
You would like that a lot. It's top notch.
Better get trained. How come we never went there when I lived in the hood?
I didn't know about it.
That maybe it didn't quite exist. Maybe then.
I didn't know about it until first time I went was like last year.
Missing out.
Yeah, man, big time.
Missing out.
Big time. Get over.
Good.
Get it in. Get it done.
Well, if you made it this far, then you better like and subscribe.
Yeah,
obviously you like
it's been a total waste of your
might as well
fucking
subscribe.
time if not.
Got this one today.
Oh
Got
yeah.
this proto one today.
Do something
again.
with that proto. That thing's been protoing for about 2 years now.
Yeah, just
Proto
there's no
out
rush.
there. I've got the block.
No one really was interested, were they? That's the thing. Did you sold? You had to take it for an RX the other day, don't you? Is that right?
Yeah. Done some RX stuff. I've done one of these in like a long sleeve double XL for my barber. He took a
Nice.
sweatshirt, a signature sweatshirt, and a long sleeve tee because he likes things extra baggy.
Sweet.
So
I was
that's
going to
cool.
say, is he a big dude or he just likes baggy?
He's really tall.
Okay.
Very tall.
See our friend Rosanna White on the story today with one of those block shirts on.
Yeah, block.
Pretty sick.
Long sleeves are back
Representing.
because it's cold.
Yep. It's cold.
Get your
It's
long
coming in.
sleeves.
I've been basically living in my established hoodie. That hoodie is so soft and warm. It is awesome.
Yeah.
Super nice quality as well. Really cool.
Yeah,
Really
I
nice.
spilled some coffee on my mint green one the other day, so that's in the wash.
On your mint one?
Mm,
On the mint one?
mm,
That's not cool, is it?
no,
You could
stood
like
out.
splatter it. Will it come out or no? You don't know yet.
I'll find out. It's in
See.
the wash. It's in the wash.
Maybe you get a discount on another one.
Maybe treat myself. Treat yourself. Cool. I managed
Cool.
to do that without yawning one time. You didn't.
Yep.
Let's
No, I
go.
didn't. That's my task for next time. See, it's an hour later for me though, isn't it? I'm an hour closer.
Yeah, that's it.
Than you.
That's it.
And actually, we got on here about the same time in the end.
It woke me up. It woke me up actually.
Okay. So next time, even better intro. And no,
Even better intro. I'd like some people to suggest what style you should intro in it, but we don't have enough people to watch
Okay,
it.
that would be sick. Put a post up and ask. That would be fun.
Yeah, what style?
Because only the 7 people.
I'd like you to rap it. It's like a
Oh my
white boy
God.
rap. And I'll go.
Yeah, it sounds
Rap.
good. I'll look forward to that. I'll look forward to me making a fool of myself on the internet.
Nice.
Cool.
All right, mate.
Speak to you later.
Let's wrap it up.
Oui.
Oui.